Hello, Tech Site Builders. Matthew Rodella here. I'm here to talk about the new visual customizer functionality that we've implemented. This is going to make it a lot quicker and a lot easier to make changes to your overall theme design. Things like the header and the front page, the default front page, and the coloring and the style of your website. It's now all handled through this visual customizer screen in your dashboard. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. If we click Visual Customizer, you'll notice that that will take us to a view where we can actually see what our website looks like here on the right-hand side. And then on the left-hand side, we have a menu here with some choices. You'll see that we have the header settings, the front page settings. This will only show if you're viewing your front page and if you have the default front page enabled. And then we have the style settings. We can add a background image if we want. And we also have access to edit our menus and our widgets. Also, something you'll notice is a lot of these little blue pencil icons showing up across the screen. This is only visible to you within this customizer. This is not visible to the public on your website. And these are basically like quick links. So if you click on one, it will quickly take you on the left-hand side to that area of the menu, for example. So let's take a look at this. So for example, if I wanted to edit my header, I could click on Header Settings. And then you can see that we have the layouts that you're familiar with. So really nothing has changed as far as the options that you have. It's just now that all of those options have moved into this visual customizer so you can see the changes as you're making them. So for example, if I wanted to change my header layout settings from 3 sections to 2 sections, I can do that and I can see that the change gets applied immediately. So I can see a preview of what that's going to look like. And then from there, I can make my edits. For example, I can choose the right half to be a phone number and address. And then the left half, I'll choose a logo from my media library. And then I can see exactly what that's going to look like on the front end. Let me go back to 3 sections. And you'll see there's the left third, the middle third, and the right third, and you have your drop-down choices there. So everything is pretty much the same as it was before. When I'm done making the changes, I can just click this back arrow here to go back one level. And now I can check out the front page settings. If I click on that, I have my slider settings here. And so I can choose to show or hide the slider. If I click hide, I can see then it will disappear and I can see what that looks like when it's gone. Or I can click show. And then again, we have the usual options here that you can change about how your slider looks, how many slides we're going to show, the title, description, and where the description shows, and the image, and the link. All of that stuff is still the same. All right, and the same goes for the feature box settings and the welcome message settings as well. So for example, in the welcome message, if I want to hide the contact form, under show contact form, I'll just click hide. And now I can see what that box will look like without the contact form showing. Now, once I make a change, if I want to actually make that change go live, then I click publish. Otherwise, if I made a change, I don't like it so much, I want to undo it. Or I just want to kind of exit out of everything and not apply any of the changes I made, then I can click the X and that'll take me out of here. There's also a cool feature here. If you click this little gear icon, you can save the current changes as a draft. And then when you click the Save Draft button, you then can share a preview link. So if you made some changes, but you don't want to publish them yet, instead you want to show them to a colleague or a friend or a customer to get their feedback, you can copy the preview link and send it to someone, and then they can view the changes you made, even though those changes have not been applied to your live website yet. So that's a pretty cool feature. All right. And again, you know, if you see any of these pencil icons, you can click on them and that'll take you directly to the spot where you can edit. In this case, it's the box description. You can edit that particular thing. All right. So that's the front page settings. Next is the style settings. So you recognize this. We have fleshed out all of the style settings. So before we were missing the footer stylings and the sidebar stylings. All of that is now available. So you can choose the colors that you want applied to all of the different elements of your website, including the primary color, the secondary color, and the font family. Now we have a lot more fonts you can choose from. We actually have the full suite of Google fonts that you can choose to apply to the website. So you have a lot more variety of the types of font and then how big the font appears. So is it going to be italic or bold, or normally just regular is what you want to show. All right. Now a new feature is a background image. So if you want to add a background image behind your entire website, you can do that. You just select an image from your media library, and I'm just going to grab a random image for now. And you can see it's behind there. It's kind of, you know, it expands the image to fill the entire website. So it's got to be a high resolution image or like a pattern or something like that. But that's what it looks like. You can adjust the image position, the size, the repeat, all of that stuff you can do if you want. I'm just going to undo that. And then you can also adjust your menus. So if I click menus and click menu 1, which is my main menu here, you can see I have all of the menu items, and then I can change the order if I want to move that to the end of the menu. And then, you know, I can click the arrow to expand the menu item to change the name, open the link in the new tab, those types of things. If I want to add a new page to the menu, I can click Add Items. That'll open a new window here where I can search for the name of a page, like for example, the About page, and then it'll give me some options there. Or if I want, I can browse through, I can create a custom link. I can browse through my pages, my posts, my services, etc. And then when I find something I want to add to the menu, I just click the plus button. And now you see that item is now in my menu here. And then I can drag that around to change the order if I want to. I can exit out of the Add Items screen by clicking that button there. And all of this stuff is the same options you would see in the dashboard version of the menus screen. It's just now it's available in the customizer here. We also have the widgets area. So if I went to, for example, the blog page, and I can see my sidebar widgets here, I can adjust those by clicking widgets, primary sidebar, and then I can adjust, for example, maybe I want to put my social media links at the top. So I'll drag that widget up to the top. Then I can see what it looks like. There you go. And I can click the arrow to edit that particular widget. And then if I want to add a new widget, I click the Add Widgets button, and I can choose from the available widgets that we have on TechSite Builder. And if I find one I like, I'll just click on it, and then it will automatically add it to the widget area. And then I can adjust the settings, and I can see what it looks like there. At the bottom, there's the calendar widget I just added at the bottom of my sidebar. And if I don't like it, click delete. And we also have access to edit the footer widget areas. And that's about it. So if I like the changes I made, I click publish. Another cool feature I want to show you guys is I can view what my website will look like By default, it's desktop view, also on a tablet. And then if I click that middle icon and then the far right icon, it will show me what it would look like on a mobile phone sized window. So I can see what my website looks like on a mobile phone. So I can make sure, everything I set up looks good on all the different screen sizes. So that's a cool thing. And then once I've published, then I can click the X, and that'll take me back to the dashboard. And then I can visit the front end of my site, and I can see the changes I made. Like, for example, I moved the About menu to the end. I added a new test menu. If I go to the blog, I can see the social media icons are now at the top. And there you go. That's how you use the visual customizer to easily change all of the theme settings for your TechSite Builder website. And you can see the changes as you're applying them. So hopefully this will help speed things up, help make it a little bit easier to see the changes you're making, adjust things a lot quicker. As always, if you have any feedback or questions, shoot us a message at support@techsitebuilder.com. Otherwise, enjoy the new features, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.